Yeah, you're rude. Yeah, you're rude. Yeah, you're rude. You feel your bad, girl. You feel your bad. You feel your bad, girl. You feel your bad. Darling, and you know that is Juve morning. Juve morning. And you know, darling, and you know that is bam bam rolling. Bam bam rolling.
Once again, it's your friend Sizwe, and I want to welcome you to another episode of What They Do. What They Do. What They Do. What They Do.
Curry chicken.
What they do.
You heard that?
You know what they do, what they do. You know, in Miami, we say what they do. That's like, what's up, what's popping, what's going on. And so we say what they do. I got a special guest in the building. You know, we try to get this platform to people who have something going on, you know, locally or abroad. And he's a young brother who definitely has something going on. We know him as Akio, but they call him the Fatha Bacchanal. The Fatha. What's good, homie?
What's going on, my G? You good?
What they do?
Everything good, man. Can't complain, bro.
Man. You know? What's popping, man?
Nothing much, bro. You know, just enjoying the time, you know. Thank you for having me on the podcast and everything, bro. You know, so
easy work.
Yeah, we outside, bro, you know?
Yeah, Fatha. You know, I don't really have a certain line of questioning, but you know what I do recognize is you from Miami.
Yeah.
So okay, so you was born in Miami,
Correct.
But your family is
From Trinidad.
okay.
Yes.
All right, where in Trinidad your family from?
So San Fernando and Woodbrook, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, Woodbrook. Okay, that's what's up. So you know, some of the cliche questions is like, well, how you getting soca? And, you know what I'm saying? But being that you from out here, what's your journey like into getting into the soca
Into
thing?
soca?
Yeah.
Well, all right, so basically, bro, I was born here, but when I was young, I did spend a couple of years in Trinidad.
Okay.
And then we came back to Miami, right? So as far as that goes, you know, growing up in South Florida, you know, there's a lot of hip-hop influence, you know, like besides family and friends and stuff, it's not really like much soca outside now. But for some reason, like when I was like 12, 13 years old, bro, my dad had went Trini for Carnival, came back with a CD.
Okay.
And I listened to it. Like I always grew up with soca, you know, I knew, you know, that's my culture, that's my thing, right? And then I was like, yo, I really like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you're 12, 13, trying to figure out who you are, you're going through that stage where you're like, I like this, I don't like that. You're trying to figure out yourself now. And I was like, yo, I heard it was Bungie, KMC, Marshall, Blazer Dan. You
Okay,
know what I'm
Blazer
saying?
Dan.
Yeah, and I was like,
Man.
nah, this is it. This is it for me. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Marshall, Bungie Garland, KMC, that's another big name. So that was kind of the thing that's gravitated you into the soca arena. And so far, you know, I'm a little jealous.
Why
I ain't
you
gonna
say
lie.
that?
I'm a little jealous, right?
Let me hear
And
it.
I'm normally not jealous of no man, and I wouldn't even say it on camera, right? But I am jealous because I kind of feel like I am a soca and kaiso connoisseur, right? I'm bred in that space,
Yeah.
right? So men like Lord Nelson, right, who you have a song with, right, make me feel some type of way. You understand? Not because I don't like the song, but because I would have liked to have that one.
It's Lord Nelson.
It's Lord
Yeah,
Nelson.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, talk to me about Lord Nelson, that how that combination happened, and maybe you could give me a POC so I could do one too.
All right, so Bam. The song I have with Lord Nelson is a Lala Jan Back remix, right? It's called Bam Bam. And dog, like that's a song, a melody that's been playing in my head forever, bro.
Word.
My grandfather, dog, I'll go by his house, he jamming that right through, right? So I was like, all right. And then there was one year I went to Brooklyn.
La la la. Right.
Yeah. And I went in Brooklyn for Juve. And I was by a steel band and they was jamming that.
Okay.
And I was like, nah, boy, this felt like majestic now. Like my pores start to raise. I was like, nah. And that was lately, like maybe 2-3 years before I did the song with Lord Nelson.
Okay.
Right? But I always had it in my mind.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, you know what? One day I'm gonna work with Lord Nelson.
Wow.
Right? So I hit up my boy Bad John Republic in San Fernando.
Okay.
As Kyle.
Okay.
Right? And I was like, yo, I wanna do a remix of this song now. And he said, all right, let me organize it now. So Lord Nelson, he living in Brooklyn. He living in New York. Queens, sorry, he living in Queens. Right? So we linked up and everything. I ain't gonna lie.
In Queens.
Well, in Queens. He
Okay.
living in Queens. But I had to call this man about 100 times, dog. Because I really, really wanted this song.
Okay.
You know, 'cause he said he was going to do it. But we wait, you know, we get a
yeah.
response, you
Yeah.
know, like, all right, we'll fly him to Trinidad so you can record in Trinidad. We said, all right, we'll fly you to Miami. Like, but
So it was a whole process.
it was a process, bro.
Oh,
like,
word.
dog,
You worked for that.
I literally was like about to give up. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? I was about to give up.
So you
And
said you flew him from, because he lives
he lives in
in
Queens.
He lives in Queens.
So we had offered to fly him.
Okay.
Right? Then he said he was gonna do it. And the last minute he said he can't fly to Trinidad that weekend because he had another event going on.
Okay.
Right? So we said, all right. So I organized to record him by LFS
Okay.
in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yes, I had to call him on the Uber, right? The man say, yo, I want a car to come pick me up, but I don't want, like he said, don't call me because they're not gonna reach me. I'm gonna tell me what time he's gonna come and I'm gonna turn my light on and off in the front to know that that's me. I said, what? I said, all right, Papa, whatever you want, you can get, bro. Whatever you want, that's it, bro. Right? So I called the Uber driver. I said, listen, look for a house with a light going on and off. That's where he man is, right?
Yeah.
Pick him up, took him by LFS by my boy Nicole C. Blackburn.
Okay.
Right? Great writer, producer. And yeah, the rest is history, bro. But it was a process.
It was a process.
It was a process, bro.
That's what's up. And so he
Yeah.
came to the studio and you guys recorded it together.
No, I recorded my part in Trinidad.
Okay.
He recorded his part in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
And so I'm sorry, I'm fanning out, right? That process of seeing him record and was that illuminating? Was it enlightening? Was it just like he just did his thing and I was
Nah,
that?
cause I was on FaceTime while he was in the studio recording.
Oh, so you wasn't there?
I wasn't there.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't there. But I was on FaceTime while he was in the studio recording, and like the whole process was just magical, bro. Like the man literally just like, cause we had something written out and everything, right? He just came and just made it his own one time, and I was like, and I remember talking to him before. I was like, yo, you like the song? He's like, duh, it's my song. I said, all right. I'm like, you the boss, right? But he went in there, killed it. Like it didn't take him long at all. Like he just went in there, did his verse, did it backups, ad-libs and everything, and yeah, it was dope.
And it was well received.
Well received, yeah.
So and you got a number of other features. You got Classic, Azaria, you have Trinidad Killa,
Yeah,
you have Skinny.
yeah.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourself.
Yeah,
Those are huge accomplishments.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
What was that like? Was that just a matter of you reaching out?
Yeah, well, some of them, so each song is different, right? I can't say like, yo, like all of them is just me reaching out or we linking up. Like all of them is a different story. So like in the case of, I guess, Killa, in the case of Killa, right? He was in the studio when I was recording the song. You know what I'm saying? I was in Brooklyn by my boy Pronto, and Killa was there, and I see him bombing his head. I said, yo, you want to hop on this? He said, yeah.
Oh, mad.
And that's that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he didn't record his part right then and there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, yeah, because we still had things to work on the beat and how we wanted to structure the song and everything.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, he ended up doing it, you know, and that's how that one worked out, you know. And every collab was something different, you know. In terms of Classic, that's my boy. Instruction Time, right? That's on Bouillon Rhythm. We was by Wildfire.
Okay.
Yeah, and we was mixing and editing the song.
Okay.
Classic was there.
Okay.
And he had a verse for the song already. So we just hop on the song. You
Man.
know, just
Organic.
you know, organic. Everything
Yeah.
organic, you know, just by
Yeah.
the grace of God, bro. Like
Speaking of collabs, do you think collaborations are necessary? Do you think collaborations elevate, or do you think in this space it's not really necessary, but it's something to have?
I think if the vibes are right,
Yeah.
then the collabs could do good. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say go forcefully looking for a collab. You know what I'm saying? Like in the case of Wicked Waistline, the song I have with Skinny, right? I had the song there. The song was done for like a month before Skinny was on it. And I just playing it back and forth. I'm just like, something missing on this, you know? I was like, cause it needed like a roughness to it now.
Okay.
And I a little sweet. Yeah, I have my voice. You know what I'm saying?
Pause,
I sing.
pause,
Yeah,
pause,
you know what I
pause.
mean. You know what I mean. Pause, but, hey, cut that part out, bro.
Pause.
Cut that part out. Cut that
Whoa.
part out. Right? Cut that part out. But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I needed that roughness now. And I sent it to Skinny. I was like, yo, what you think about this? Cool. He said that he gonna vibes it. Right? Then the next day I hit him. I said, what you think? He's like, it's bad. I said, he said, you a verse? He said, yeah.
Oh man.
You know, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's just nothing too forceful.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, sometimes you do have to force certain things, like the case with Lord Nelson.
Yeah.
But like every song in this individual is a different vibe. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So everything's different.
I was talking to Classic, and we kind of this came up, and his position was it ain't that necessary, right? And the reason why I came up is because I had a conversation with Gel, and he was saying one of my issues, or one of the things that he thought that I was lacking in was in the collaboration area, right? And so I guess maybe his position is that collabs are necessary to help elevate your stat.
You see, the thing is with collabs too, it only benefits also if the person you're collabing with also promotes the song.
Okay, word.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I want to say like you necessarily need a collab to elevate.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I think that like if your song is good
Yeah.
and it's busting and you promoting it right, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Now a collab could help. You know, I'm not saying I would turn down a Drake collab or a Marshall collab. You know what I'm saying? But like you don't necessarily. It's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's up to you, bro. Like.
Now, when the Trinidad Killa collab came out, right, you wasn't afraid, like, what comes with Killa. And I think that, and I'm not saying that in a negative, but to say that I can recognize that he does seem to get a little negative press.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's warranted or not, but it just seems like when Killa's in the picture, you know, there are things that come with that.
Well, to be honest, if I'm going to be honest, you know what I'm saying? When I did ask Killa to be on the song, he, a lot of people within my team was like, nah, Killa, you don't want to work with Killa. You don't want to collab with Killa, right? And I was just like, nah, but the man have a vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I don't care like necessarily like what comes with working with somebody, whatever the case is, because that ain't my business. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's to benefit the song, you know what I'm saying, then that's to me what's important. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't like that idea, like, don't work with this one, don't do this one, don't do that. Like, you only stop in music, bro.
Yeah.
Like, music is for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the next thing with this whole rhythm thing, you know? Like, but that's, I guess we'll touch on that later, right? But
Now
like,
we could touch it right now. We could touch it right
Yeah.
now. You know, I'm anti. He say that he is this sort, right? I'm anti that. You know, I want to get how I feel about an individual from that individual. You know, because I think it's unfair. Like your experience with that person is not my experience with that person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I hear from you. And so now we're reaching a time where it's freezing outside, and our man pulled a song called Eskimo. And caused a whole scene in the industry.
Yeah.
The scene where it caused, is that warranted?
the scene that it caused, is that warranted? Now, warranted on who? Is it warranted because they made such a big deal out of it?
Well, I'm saying they made such a big deal out of it. It was them making a big deal out of it warranted.
So at the end of it, I think it was only because it helped elevate Killer's song. You understand what I'm saying? So Killer's song probably could have been big without all that bacchanal behind it. Who knows? But I think because it had all that extra energy behind it, it made it bigger than what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know there was 3 other people that hopped on that rhythm.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
So why they picking on Killer? You understand what I'm saying? So I find
They're picking on him.
yeah. In some ways they're picking on him. Yeah.
Prez was here, Bacchanal Boys, and he said he thought that, the issue was he tried to monetize it, and that might have been wrong, but all they're fighting him, man, and he is a pillar in the Zess movement, and give him a chance. I think that was the gist of what he was saying.
So I don't know anything about monetizing anything, right? But I do know that if you reach out to a producer right, and you're asking for their email so that you could add them to royalties if they don't answer, what's gonna happen? You understand what I'm saying? Like because he said he reached out to them.
Yeah.
Right? So if he reached out to them, right, he could be reaching out for your email, to add you onto the royalty split. You know what I'm saying? He could be reaching out for permission to go on the song.
Yeah.
All that comes with it. But like if you don't know where to send the royalties, where it's supposed to go.
So,
You understand what I'm saying?
okay, so the pushback that I would have for you is, do you still put it up?
I mean, you put it up until they contact you, right?
Do you?
That's what I would. I mean, that's what I would think because at the end of the day, it has to go on streaming, right? If you put a project out, it has to go on streaming. Now, you may not even want the money at all. You know what I'm saying? Your focus might not even be the money. Your focus might just be putting out a good song.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if they hit you up like, "Hey, that's my thing," all right, here, take the royalties.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's as deep as everybody thinks.
Yeah.
I think the man liked the rhythm, did a song to the
did a
rhythm,
thing and
and
put
put
it
it
out.
out.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think nobody was studying royalties
Yeah.
and
I
all
don't
that
think so
stuff. They're
either.
like, yo, like, hey, I like this rhythm. Let me reach out to them. They didn't respond to me. I'm just gonna put it out.
Yeah.
And that's what you did.
I agree with your position. Right? I agree with that. I don't think that his intention was to pull the song and get royalties. He just wanted to put out the record.
Exactly.
But as a professional, do you think that he should have been thinking about that?
I think it could get resolved.
Okay.
Right? So, like, I think sometimes, too, in order to grab attention of certain people or to do certain things, you may have to do things that catch people's attention, right? So I think the fact that he did put it out is why they're able to reach to the conclusion that we have now. You understand what I'm saying? Because, like, if I don't know, let's say I like a girl, right? And I never tell her I like her. She would never go, I like her. You understand what I'm saying? Or I will have to knock on the door so she could know that I like her. You understand what I'm saying? So, and if you knocking, no one answering, he just like, all right, well, just go put it out.
Well, if
Like,
you're knocking, nobody answers, so then you just go and take it. There's a word for that.
No.
There's a word for that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying.
I think
right?
I do know what you're
what
trying to say, but what I'm,
You know what I'm
you see, because first of all,
Because
I understand.
You may not take it, right? But you may jump out and be like, woo, look at me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If people aren't paying attention, you're going to do something, jump out to be like, yo, what's up? You know, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, you perform a lot, right? I'm sure you do things on stage to gather attention of people, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the case of that, like, I think he just really liked the song, bro. Like, really liked the rhythm. And was just like, I'm going to do a song.
Yeah.
I don't think he was thinking any deeper than that.
Well, I'll tell you that the outcome of that is huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's the biggest thing
It's the biggest thing.
going right now.
Though, even if it was calculated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the man had a response right away. The man
Yeah.
said, well, y'all took the tabla Zess instrument intro from me, from Good Man in Your Hole. The man had it ready one time. I was like, you
And
can't fight that?
then he Google it and say Zess come from Trinidad Killa. Jeez.
The man's a genius, bro. He's smart.
Yeah, nah, he's
a genius,
definitely.
he's a
I think he trolling, and I think that he has a lock and he knows exactly what he's doing. You know, I wrote a post saying that I don't know him, but I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of what he's been able to accomplish, even though there are some back and forth as to whether or not it's right or wrong. You know, because this business is a hard business. I'm sure you know is extremely difficult.
For sure. And just to touch on that, the good outweighed the bad in the end, right? The result was better than what everybody was saying before, you know?
Well, he got the biggest chick in the game wearing his chain.
You know what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The result was worth it, bro. It was worth it. It was worth it.
Where are you as it relates to being from Miami, right? Outside of Trinidad, and then having to go home and compete amongst the rest of the soca artists. Do you feel like when they see you coming or when they hear you coming, there's a stigma, right? Because you might sound like them, you know, or you might sound like you from foreign, and it's a little bit harder, or do you feel like is the same thing? It's all about the work and the work that you put in.
So I used to really chain up my head about that, bro. right? I used to like do the whole run, go down for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Do what parties I could do the whole groundwork, the radio and all that stuff, right? And like, I realized that like, if people like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. You understand what I'm saying? So like, I try now not to worry about my head about like, yo, this one like me or this one want me to come or you know what I'm saying? Like, I try not to worry about that too much. And I just really honestly just try to do what I do, which is my music. You know what I'm saying? And let that take me where it can. You understand what I'm saying? And since I started doing that, this has been like, last year was probably, we just started 25, right?
Okay.
Probably one of the best years of music for me. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Instruction Time, right? Wicked Waistline was one of the top streaming soca songs of the summer. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even know that. When top streaming soca, and within, what, a month or two, had over 150,000 views, plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the top streaming soca songs of the summer. So, and then I had the Rude remix just now with Killa.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I just stayed in my lane, bro. And like, whoever fuck with me, fuck with me. Whoever don't, they don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
But I guess I'm asking you, do you feel like, or you just don't care? Do you feel that it's harder for you as a soca artist, especially going back home, to perform and be in the thick of things?
Yeah.
Because maybe you're not necessarily born and breed in Trinidad.
To a certain extent, yes. Right? Because a lot of things too in soca is connections. Right? It's who you know. It's a lot of politics. It's a lot of politics in soca. So a certain extent, yes. Right? But I'm coming to the point where I just don't care, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I ain't kissing nobody ass.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing things like against that I personally wouldn't do in order to be put onto certain things. You understand what I'm saying? So like, I just kind of like, how I put it, bro? Yes, in a way, but I think like by fighting through that, right, and continue to build a fan base and to continue working on my craft, then it will elevate. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, yes, I'm cool.
I can't remember where I saw this question, but I thought it was a good question. You think these DJs, maybe I shouldn't say that. Do you think some of the DJs are just lazy? Right?
Yes.
When it comes to playing records, there are some great DJs out there, and I don't mean to be too negative, right? But you might have the top streaming or one of the top streaming records for the summer, and you don't hear it in the dance, or don't hear it in the dance as often as maybe it should, right? What is that about? And why do you think that that's the case? Because if the record is a good record and it's a top streaming record, one of the top streaming records, right, for the summer, and you don't hear it in our party, right? Is there something wrong with that?
Lord, bro. I think a lot of, so don't get me wrong, there's a lot of, big up all the DJs in South Florida that played Wicked Waistline, right? Because there's a lot that do, right? But there's some that don't, right? And I honestly think it's a crab in the barrel mentality. Okay. Right? So it's kind of like, you from where I'm from, and instead of us trying to push each other or elevate each other, we trying to keep each other down. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, there'll be sometimes, bro, I'll go in a dance, and the DJ don't even, like, he know me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he won't even big the man up. He won't even big me up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, what's that one?
You think that's a given? Like, that should be a norm?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we South Florida people, right? Especially soca artists, right? There's not many of us down here. And a lot of us that are doing this thing called soca, we doing it because we love it. You understand what I'm saying? We doing it because it's who we are. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, if we are all in this together, why we fighting each other down? You understand what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, Sizwe, you know, I link you from a youth saying, yo, hey, I want to do soca. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, dog, that's why fight each other, bro? There's not much of us in here.
I feel like you didn't have to say that you linked me from when you was a youth, because you look like a big man now. And if you link me from when you was a youth, that would make me old. And my gray hair already says that story. You know, it's a given, right? Right? Yeah, no, I think you think it's kind of
a lot of it bad mind too.
You think it's bad mind?
A lot of it is bad mind, bro. A lot of times, some still. Oh Lord, I might get in trouble.
Talk the things.
But I find, right, again, big up all the DJs that, play the record that we cool with on the team, everything. Black is the code, right? But there are some who just bad mind, bro. And it stems from, like, petty shit, bro. It could be, like, they like a girl.
Oh, boy.
But the girl like me.
Okay.
You know, it's things like that. You understand what I'm saying? Or a girl will come and say, hey, so-and-so was talking about you. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but you see that the thing is that you've been on TV. You've been on TV, back in the groove.
Yeah.
And reality TV. So when our man see you coming, pause. They might get horrors.
Yeah. Music first, bro. Music first. Let me push this thing to the moon, bro.
Yeah,
Music first. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And then it's I don't know, a lot of it is petty nonsense. A lot of it is just, and another thing too, I used to throw parties.
Yeah. Cooler Fete.
Yeah, Miami Cooler Wet
Miami
Fete.
Cooler
Over
Wet Fete,
3,000 people. Like,
Yeah.
dog, so like, we've been doing this.
Yeah.
We've been in the community.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Was where is this coming from? A lot of these DJs too, I hired them before. I paid them to play. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
It's not that they don't know who you are.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Big up all the DJs that play my songs, right? But some of them, you know who you are. You're doing it because you're bad mind. That's what it is.
Or not doing it because they bad mind.
Exactly. Exactly. It is what
I
it is,
think
bro.
that, but it's you see the issue that I take with that, right? If I'm taking any issue, because I'm in a space too, right? Is Boston got a set of DJs, New York got a set of DJs, Toronto have a set of DJs, right? Trinidad, Antigua, Barbuda, Barbados, wherever, right? And many artists have the same complaint, right? So is it that the DJs are bad mind or you just ain't working hard enough? And the reason why I asked that question, because I was called by a DJ once early in my career, right? And he's a DJ that I absolutely respect and we're very good today, right? But when I called him and I told him who I was, he flat out said, if I don't know who you are, you ain't working hard enough, right? It changed my whole perspective on a lot of things.
Yeah.
But he was like, you're not working hard enough, right? So my question is it bad mind or is it you just ain't working hard enough?
Put it like this, right? You could always work harder, right? You could do the best you could do, but you could have always done better, right? You could always work harder, right? But when you're in a group chat with DJs, right, and they seeing your thing go viral, right? Like you said, I was on TV and they seeing I had one of the top streaming songs for the summer, Wicked Waistline, right? And you seeing that and you literally talking about it, right? But you still don't play my song? What is that, bro? You understand what I'm saying? What else could it be?
I have seen some group chats, screenshots in my career. I'm not saying that. What happened? I mean, I have seen some screenshots that was sent to me where they've said, we're not playing this record this year or we're going to start with this or that. People ask about the Soca Mafia and if that's a thing. And it kind of comes up in pretty much many of these conversations because I think for some artists, there is this real fight that they're getting. And it kind of turns into this imaginary Soca Mafia thing where their music is not being played. Do you have a position on the Soca Mafia? Do you think that it's a real thing, or what do you think about that?
That's a deep question, bro. Only because I think the Soca Mafia, I think there's different aspects to it, and there's different levels to it, right? So a lot of elements of the Soca Mafia, at least in what I noticed, right? Some of them is just a group of friends, right? But a lot of these group of friends consist of promoters or DJs and DJs, right? So I think there's different elements to it, but it's definitely a real thing because you gotta look at soca music, right? Soca music is not like other genres of music, right? It's really consumed by people with our diaspora, right? And it's consumed with people within the Caribbean. And because of that, right, a lot of times people kind of there's like, I don't want to say figureheads in soca, right? But there's people, I guess, that kind of can motivate the crowd and move them into liking certain songs, right? So when you have a certain amount of people and they all link up and are able to have such control on a genre,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a mafia. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I believe in it.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, I believe in it.
Okay.
For sure.
Yo, Beanie Man said that dog don't eat doubles, so he don't eat doubles. What do you mean?
Like, man, I don't know. I feel like he have too much going on in his life, bro. I think he on crack or something. Jokes. But nah, something wrong with him.
Well, I'm to Beanie Man, dog.
Dog.
Why these dudes feel like they can just say whatever they want to say about our thing?
See, here's the thing with that, right? Like, I could understand a man not liking something, right? You free to not like whatever you want, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to degrade the food, bro. Talking about dog don't eat doubles and he throw it on the ground. Like, dog, that's disrespectful, bro.
Yo, these dudes are a little disrespectful.
Yeah.
And it's because it's Beanie Man. Does he get a pass, or do we say no more Beanie Man?
Well, you see, he did a.
I mean,
apology
doubles
today.
are. He did apology
He did
today?
an apology video.
Oh, I missed
today.
that.
He did an apology video.
I missed
today.
that.
He said, Trinidad, I'm sorry. I don't want to get mixed up in this.
All right, well, he apologized. All right.
Nah, because he said it and he meant it, bro. nah. You don't.
Yeah, but you see, I think that we live in a space where people don't get to make mistakes, right? And like we just ready to cancel you. And I think that if he come back and apologize, right? But then I maybe his stock go down a little bit, but I might take the apology.
Man, I could understand if it was about politics or something like that, but doubles, bro.
Yeah, doubles. Nah,
Nah,
can't do that.
that's a legacy,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like,
it's a thing. It's a real thing.
Thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
we live on the doubles.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
nah.
Yeah.
Can't do that, bro.
Nothing
Can't do
better
that.
than 2 pieces of barra, some chickpeas and cucumber, and sweet sauce, tamarind, and
Dog.
slight pepper. I will take slight, but you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Father, the carnival circuit, maybe even specifically Miami Carnival, is there a carnival that's more important than the other? Is Miami Carnival important as it relates to soca artists and busting music? Because we understand that soca is carnival based, and maybe we are trying to many artists are trying to come away from that.
Yeah.
Right. Is being able to perform in Miami Carnival specifically on the Carnival stage or during Miami Carnival, is that an important thing? And where else do you think, from your vantage point, is important?
Yeah. So Miami Carnival, I think it is important to have your songs playing in Miami Carnival and to perform on the stage, right? You gotta remember, like, especially the people by stage side, because remember Miami Carnival is different. You have the people by the trucks and the people by the stage, right? The people that come in by the stage, they come in and see artists, right? So if you performing on that stage, right, these people are gonna follow you. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's very important. Any stage you get a chance, I think you should perform. Now you ask if one is more important than the other, etc. My honest opinion is, I think, right? Ah, Lord. All right, so.
Okay, about to get juicy.
All right. All right, so I think, I know that the most important place outside of Trinidad to have your music playing is Brooklyn.
Okay.
Right? Is Brooklyn. Because you got to remember, Brooklyn is outside of Trini is the mecca of soca, bro. Right? You have everybody from all the different islands. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of good producers, a lot of artists.
I had a
over
friend
there.
say Brooklyn is the mecca of soca in Trinidad, and he nearly get banned.
I wouldn't say it's the mecca over Trinidad. Like,
Okay.
Trinidad is the birthplace. Remember I said Brooklyn's the mecca after Trinidad.
Okay, all right.
Right?
I was trying to trap you there.
Yeah, nah. After Trinidad, right? But Brooklyn also, too, they listen to soca year-round.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, dog, they have winter soca fests, they have all kind of things going on, bro. So I think that, what the way Carnival is set up now, at least in my eyes, right, is, Trinidad Carnival the top of the year, right? And then your song carries, say if you have a hit in Trinidad, it'll carry over, right, into the summer, right? And remember, in the summer now, you have all the small islands releasing music: Grenada, Barbados, Saint Lucia, Saint Vincent, right? And all the top songs from those islands, right, with the top songs from Trinidad, are played on the road for Labor Day. You understand what I'm saying? So if your song, right, let's say you make a song in the summer, and it's playing during Labor Day, there's a good chance that it's gonna reach Trinidad again.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if you get on that Brooklyn circuit, if you get your song big for Labor Day, you're in all the backyard parties, you know what I'm saying, you're in all the fetes and everything, you're going to carry over to Miami, right? You're going to carry it to Miami, and then from Miami, you're going to carry over to Trinidad.
Yeah.
You know, so
do you or should an artist release for Brooklyn or release for Miami?
I personally, it depends
Labor Day,
on,
rather.
It depends on your stage of artistry too, right? Like where you are as an artist. Right? Because a man like Marshall could drop a song the week before Carnival. It'd be the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's different strokes for different folks. Right? But strategically, right, if you used to look at it, you would want to have a big hit for Labor Day. Right? And then let it carry you through. You know what I'm saying?
We know that if you were to ask me, I would say I think you're correct. I think if you're making music for Carnival, it's important to get in right before Labor Day or a month before Labor Day. That carry over into Miami, and that Miami will carry you into Trinidad.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
And then from there you might go or not go.
Yeah.
Is it still important in your eyes to go Trinidad? Like you have to bust in Trinidad in order to bust outside, or is it less important?
I think so. It's important, yes, but is it necessarily 100% necessity? I don't think so anymore, because times are changing. Because we do have a lot of social media and everything. But Trinidad, if you have Trinidad backing you, you are a powerful force, eh?
Word.
You are a powerful force if Trinidad's backing you.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
And so with this ultimate soca champion, this new thing,
yeah.
right? You following that?
Yeah.
How do you think that plays out? On top of next year, they're saying they're bringing Soca Monarch back, right?
They said next year they're bringing Soca.
I think that's what I heard. That
Next
year,
2026?
2026,
Okay.
Soca Monarch coming back, right? How do you think that plays out? This ultimate Soca champion and Soca Monarch, is that a space where we gonna need to attack and be a part of?
Well, I mean, the fact that if what you're saying is true, right, that they're bringing Soca Monarch next year, I think that's a good thing, and I think both competitions could coexist, right?
You don't think we passed Soca Monarch? You don't think the Kes Tuesday, Marshall Monday, and all these different events?
Nah, because you gotta understand, Soca Monarch was for the people, right? And it's literally, you have artists from all over the Caribbean and Trinidad, right? Trinidad and the Caribbean competing for the title of being the king of soca. You understand what I'm saying? For that year, right? And if you go to all these small islands, Grenada and this Soca Monarch crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like how Trinidad Soca Monarch used to be.
Yeah.
You know, so to say that we passed Soca Monarch, right? I don't think we passed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I think Ultimate Soca Champion and Soca Monarch could both coexist. You know what I'm saying?
Fantastic Friday was a thing.
Yeah.
Right? It was this magnetic thing that stopped the country. Right? And then it went away. Yeah. And for a couple of years, people kind of missed the thing. But then there are other events that kind of came in its place. Do you think that it could come back and have that same impact?
Same impact is hard to say.
Okay.
Right? Same impact is hard to say. Now, could it come back and have an impact?
The reason why I'm asking that,
so.
right? The reason why I'm asking that is because we don't party like we used to. Right?
Yeah.
The fetes are just different. The parties in the diaspora are just men really concerned about their section and their bottles, and
the thing
like
about
we
that, right?
ain't really getting on like what we used to.
The thing about that was the whole Soca Monarch thing is a lot of politics and corruption kind of spoil Soca Monarch in a sense, eh? You know what I'm saying? So like, sometimes it's artists, you know, big up all artists and everything, but it's a lot of times it's who know who kind of thing in the finals. Like a lot of politics and corruption kind of spoiled it. You understand what I'm saying? And then, you know, remember they had that whole period where there's paying the artists late afterwards. So then the ones that won the year before, the top streaming artists in Trinidad at the time, they didn't want to do Soca Monarch anymore because they wasn't going to get no money. You know, like all that played a factor in it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was to rebrand in a different way, I think it's possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's Carnival time. People like Soca, bro.
If you win Soca Monarch,
Yeah.
you're
gone.
You're gone.
You're gone.
You are good for 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And I mean globally good. Right? If you win Soca Monarch in some of these other places, not to say that it's not a big thing, because it is a big thing. It is a huge achievement. It's not the same reverence as the Soca Monarch.
Yeah.
You know? And my concern is that maybe we can't get that back.
You gotta remember, these other Soca Monarchs is just for their island. Trinidad Soca Monarch was international Soca Monarch, eh? So you would have Soca Monarch winners from the other islands that would come to Trinidad.
Absolutely, that's my point.
And so then they would all support their artists, which is why the winner of that one would be gone.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because it's not like you have St. Lucia Soca Monarch and there's no Trinis in it, so Trinis ain't gonna really participate or watch. You understand what I'm saying? But if you have international Soca Monarch in Trinidad and you have Lucians in it and a Bayesian in it, all those islands rallying behind their artists to support them.
Yeah.
So that's people from all over the world. That's London, you know what I'm saying? That's Toronto, that's wherever you have people in the diaspora. You understand what I'm saying? So like, I think it can be done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now, how it can be done is a different story.
Yeah.
Right? But I think it can be done.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. If we keep that kind of international appeal to it.
This Ultimate Soca Champion, you think that's something that you want to do?
So here's the thing with that, right?
You going down, by the way? You going down?
Yeah, I'm going down. I'm going
Okay.
down. Couple days.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
going down. The Ultimate Soca Champion, right? Oh, Lord. All right, so here's the thing with that. You had over 200 people audition for it, right? 200 people audition for Ultimate Soca Champion. You have two categories. The youth category, which I think is like 16 to 25, and then you have the heavy hitters, adults 25 and up, right? And if you're a youth, you could choose, and you get through, you could choose to be in the adult category or the thing. So the adult category is the big Shazam, right? The thing with that, I watched the press conference because I'm a Soca Monarch fanatic. I love watching Soca Monarch, right? When I was younger, I couldn't go. I would watch it on pay-per-view. You know, when I was in TT, I'll go down, right? I'm a Soca Monarch fanatic, right? So I'm like, all right, this is Ultimate Soca Champion. This is something good for the country. This is something good, you know, that people could rally behind. So I was watching the interview, and they're talking about, you know, they want people from all over to come. You know, if you're not in Trinidad at the time, you could do a video submission, right? If you in Trinidad, you have to be in the in-person auditions, right? And they said, you know, it's gonna be like a reality TV show.
Okay.
Right? So I was like, all right, this is cool. This is unique. This is different, right? And so I said, all right. And they said that, you know, they're going to follow the artists around, get an in-depth experience with the artists so they can know who the artists are, so Trinidad could get familiar. They said they want people from different parts of Trinidad to rep where they're from. So if your artist is from Santa Cruz, you know, they want to say, yo, I'm from Santa Cruz, on the Santa Cruz party. I'm like, oh, this is good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This is great. So I looked at this semifinalist list, right? Out of 20 people that made the semifinalists, right? Only 2 of them are people that actually auditioned.
Word.
So I'm like, nah, this is more of the same shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like...
So 2, like, actually
3.
performed?
Yeah, 2 or 3 actually auditioned.
Okay.
And the rest
it was
are...
video?
Not even video. Some of them even...
By name?
By name.
Okay.
Right? And I had big up all artists.
Yeah,
You understand
yeah.
what I'm saying? But you have some artists on there that are very, very well seasoned.
Yeah.
Right? And they doing their thing. They're international artists. Right? The way how they made this competition seem was that it was for upcoming artists.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Or people that people not so familiar with.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's what they said. I want you to say who you are, where you're coming from. I look at the list, bro. 2 or 3 people is people that actually audition.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, this is BS.
So you're saying not you?
Well, I did submit.
Oh, you did submit?
I did submit.
Okay.
Yeah, I did submit. Right? I did a video submission. Right? And I don't want to get tired of say, oh, he vexed because he ain't make it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at the people that audition.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm a man of culture.
Okay.
Right? I'm a man of culture. right? So I just want to do my part to bring soca to the world.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is I have to do, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the list, bro. I see the youth category. I say, all right, some youths. You know what I'm saying? That audition and thing and thing. And then I look at the adult competition, and I say, what is this? What is this? Like, dog, these are people. Soca Monarch winners are on there.
Super established.
Road March winners are on there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like, it's crazy.
It's
BS.
It's difficult to compete in that
It's
space.
BS. You know what I'm saying?
Can soca go to the world? Can soca go to the world? Where you said you want to be an ambassador to soca, can soca go to the world? Is it at the world level?
Soca can go to the world.
It can.
It can.
Okay.
Soca can go to the world, but a lot of things have to be reconstructed for it to go to the world.
So if soca does this,
Does what?
I'm asking you.
Does what? Soca. Oh. Fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank.
That's a tough one, right? But the whole structure of the way soca's structured needs to crumble and be built again. Right? So like you have soca songs that would be big on the road or like let's say big in a particular island, right? But the numbers streaming wise aren't matching, right? And that's because they have certain people, mafia or whatever, behind them. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily, soca is not a genre where I want to say it's not consumed like other music. You understand what I'm saying? Soca is consumed by what this one's playing or what's put in your face.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So like in Trinidad, for example, radio is very important.
Yeah, very.
Radio is very, very important. Like your song is big on the radio in Trinidad, you have a hit song.
They say some of the DJs are even more important than the artists.
I would say yes, right? I would say yes. Now, should it be that way? I don't think so, right? But I would say yes, right? But just to show you how soca is consumed, radio is big in Trinidad, right? Whereas in the States, right, people don't really listen to radio like that. I mean, they listen to it, but radio's trying to find out what the culture is doing and then play it on radio.
Yeah.
Whereas soca, they just play what's on radio and tell you this is the big song.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's a whole psychology. It's a whole way that it's moved that like it just has to be redone, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But can it? Yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It definitely can because it's beautiful music. It's the best music in the world. You know what I'm saying? So
That's our big thing in city. You know, I said soca's the greatest thing, and I got a little bit of flack for that. But you say soca's the greatest
the
too.
greatest music in the world, bro.
Yeah.
Soca and calypso, bro.
Yeah. So why is soca the greatest in your thought process?
Oh Lord. All right. Soca is the greatest because one, it's the only music on the Western Hemisphere, right? Until recent days,
Okay.
where there was no cussing, no violence, or anything like that, where people are euphoric, right? And there's a great unity and power behind that, right? Because soca is the only music, right, that could gather thousands of black people in one, in peace. It's like black hippie music, black EDM. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's really amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a music that is preaching love and unity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter where you from, no matter how you look, no matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? We are all one. And that is soca music, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the soca was created by bridging two cultures together.
Yep.
That's what they say, right?
Yep.
Rashodi, right?
Yep.
Combining Indian and African culture together.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why you have soca, solar calypso.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Father, should I be calling you Dr. Father soon? Is that what we should be calling you?
Nah, Father cool boy.
Father's cool.
Yeah, Father cool.
Cause the doctor, there's some doctor talk that I've been hearing.
Yeah. I have my doctorates in occupational therapy. So I'm a
Wow.
Yeah.
You're bright.
A little something.
You play anything, you're bright, yo, man. Is a doctor. Yeah, so you have a doctorate in
occupational therapy.
occupational therapy.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that means that we should be calling you Dr. Father or something like, because you've earned that.
Yeah, you can, man. But
Yeah?
that's for in the office, bro.
That's for the in the office.
that's for in the office.
Is that part of your life something that you think is important to share, or you try to keep that separate?
So in the beginning, I used to try to keep it separate, right? But if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still doing me. You know what I'm saying? So if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. It don't matter to me, bro. You know, I don't try to brag and say I do this and nah. I just chilling, bro. That's it.
I ain't gonna lie. I think it's very important to celebrate your achievements in life, right? And so I will be calling you Dr. Father because I think you earned that. You know, everybody don't get a doctorate, right? Everybody can't write a dissertation that is book level and achieve those type of accomplishments, and I think that's very important. You know, Father,
Appreciate it.
we have a segment in this show called Bring the Headphones.
Please, okay.
Right? This is something that kind of developed over time. You know, our first artist who brought the headphones or who put on the headphones was Classic. Then I got a surprise performance from the Bacchanal Boys. You know, and I ain't gonna lie. When he was like, you know, I could do a song, I was kind of like, no, we'll just do an interview. You know what I'm saying? He was like, no, I could do a record.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, you sure?
Yeah, Prezi used to rap.
Right?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Yeah.
Right? And the comments are crazy because Prez did his thing.
Yeah.
Right? So I think his video launched yesterday. And it's like at 4,000 views.
Nice.
You know, Classic Own has now about 40-some, 50-some thousand views.
Nice.
So I'm just asking, you know, you maybe you can give me a 16. You wanna bring the headphones?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Bring the headphones.
Let's do it.
Bring the headphones.
Black is the code.
Yeah, you're rude, yeah, you're rude. Yeah, you're rude, yeah, you're rude. You feel your bad, yeah, you feel your bad. You feel your bad, yeah, you feel your bad. Darling, and you know that is Juve morning. And you know, darling, and you know that is bam bam rolling. She want it down so I know. She wanna wine and go down so she wanna go down, down. I wanna jam on your bum bum. When the rhythm take your head, just fire somebody. It's Juve morning, and they come out to play. Darling, and you know that it's Juve morning. Juve morning, darling, and you know that it's bam bam rolling. Bam rolling.
From a rich in the party, it's Hennessy and Campari. Bunks up some friend and some family, and we now start a party, boy. And I have to go every fete. Tell the DJ turn it up loud. Now I want to go in the crowd. Look, she throw me down on the ground. If she rude, she rude.
If she rude, she rude. If she rude, she rude. Darling, and you know that it's Juve morning. Juve morning, darling, and you know that it's bam bam rolling. Bam bam rolling.
Hey, yo, Father. I'm sorry, Dr. Father. I want to thank you, man. Thank you for coming to the show, man, giving us some insights on who you are, what you bring to the table, what you've done. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure talking to you, and you know, I can't wait to see more from you. I've seen you literally from when you first started to where you are now, and I must say that you've come a long way, and there are gonna be people who are beneath you who are gonna call you and be like, "Hey, man, can you help me?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, good luck to you. Thank you again for coming to What They Do. You know, What They Do, where we say what they do. Hey, yo, once again, it's your friend Sizwe. What They Do.